What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get your first deal, maybe your 100th deal, just maybe even your 5th deal, right? What I'm going to do today is really break down exactly how I'm able to get deals in under 2 hours, and most importantly, how you can get your deal in under 2 hours, guys. Over 30 times this year, I've actually gone live on this YouTube channel and I found a deal in under 2 hours. And in some instances, I found multiple deals in under 2 hours. My record this year on doing these live streams and on the record on me actually doing my live cold calling sessions is actually doing, I think, 3 deals in 30 minutes. That was actually the best one that happened. Kind of crazy. But what I can tell you guys is it is 100% true. Like, it is mind-blowing, but it is absolutely true. So what I want to break down with you guys today is exactly how I'm able to do this, and most importantly, how you can get a deal in under 2 hours. Now, I want to give a quick disclaimer for everybody watching this. Getting a deal in under 2 hours is not the sexiest thing in the world. It is hard work. It's dedication. It's not easy. But if we have to get a deal in under 2 hours, it's not going to be the sexy thing, like I said before, but what it's going to do is it's going to really show you how to talk to leads really quick, how to prioritize your time, and how to actually be very, very efficient with your time in wholesaling real estate. So before I break it down, before we get into it, do me a big favor. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll break everything down, guys. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Smash that like button, subscribe. Comment below your questions, always here to help. And really, let's break it all down. So without further ado, y'all know what time it is. It's time to get up, time to get ready. Let's get it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Snap. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here. We're ready to go. We're excited. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down exactly everything you need to know step by step on the entire process out here of finding a deal in under 2 hours. Now, like I said before, this is not a sexy process. This is a lot of hard work. This is a process that is going to honestly take a lot of guts. It's not going to be fun 2 hours, but it's going to be a 2 hours that is absolutely necessary for you to find a deal in under 2 hours. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people get started in wholesaling real estate, and I've helped tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of people get their first wholesaling real estate deal. From watching thousands of people send me in my DMs, thanks, Zach, for getting my first deal, and the countless people that don't, they just take the information and get after it, which I have no problem with. I have really found all these type of people out here going out here, getting the first deal. And there's a good amount of people sometimes that could just go out here, get the first deal without actually really spending too much time. Under 2 hours, they're able to find their first deal. And what I can tell you is it really comes down to 5 ways. I found 5 ways if you want to get a deal in under 2 hours. If you want to go from the end of this live when it's over and then wait 2 hours and then go for 2 hours and find a deal, this is going to be it. And it's not as complicated as many people make it seem. But it is going to be some things that you might know and some things you might not know, right? So what I want to do is really break this down. So let's kind of get the notepad out and really kind of write this for my visual people out here and really break this all down, because I think a lot of people need to know about this. A lot of people need to understand how this works and the entire process of it. So let's break this down. Let's really get into the nitty gritty of this so we can break it down, guys, and let's get it going. So the main way, and I think this is where most people know, like first of all, everything I teach here is at freewholesaling.com. So if you had that question, but let's break this all down. So number one, right, there is going to be 5 main ways. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to break down these 5 ways, but there's really the 5 ways for you to find your first deal in under 2 hours. Now, one's going to be a very easy main way, the one I actually show you guys all the time, and that's what we're going to talk about first. But this is just going to be the Zillow for sale by owner list. Okay, it's the Zillow for sale by owner list. And let me kind of skip to another page here and really break it down. So if we want to find the 2-hour deal, right? A deal in under 2 hours. What are the conditions that are going to be met to get a 2-hour deal? Number one, we have to pull a list. And this is really how you develop this. You have to, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? You have to pull a list while marketing. And that's a weird one, right? And what does that mean? If you want to find a deal in under 2 hours, you're going to have to fit this criteria. And this is really where these 5 come in. There's only really 5 main ways in wholesaling real estate of pulling a list while marketing. What can pulling a list while marketing be, right? This can be, maybe I am pulling a list and cold calling at the same time, door knocking, calling, things like this. So really, they can't really be skip tracing, right? Because that gets a little tougher, right? Skip tracing is going to be a little more difficult, right? We can't send mail out to somebody, right? It's going to be hard to send an SMS text out, right? That's going to be very difficult to do, right? There's really not an insane amount of things you can do to get a deal very, very quickly. But I could tell most people watching this, if you actually follow what I'm saying, it's actually going to lead to a lot of really good success and a lot of knowing what to do the right way. So that's what we're going to break down today. So let's get this computer all set here. There we go. All right. What are we doing here? All right. And really, so you can't do SMS text blasting. I think a lot of people are like, oh, Zach, why don't you do PPC or something like that? PPC ain't going to work either. You're going to have to really go down to the 5 main ones. If you focus on the 5 main ones, it's going to get a lot easier for you and you're going to do a lot better. But really, there's really 5. So let's break this down. So you can't really do skip tracing. You can't mail. You can't SMS. Let's say we don't have much money, right? A lot of these strategies, the big pro is it's going to be $100 or less. So no crazy softwares. We don't really need any of that stupid stuff, right? We don't really got it. We can't get crazy. We can't get complicated. The 2-hour deal, what I've honestly found is you really got to make it simple. You really got to pull a list while you're marketing. So go hard in the paint, go ham. You don't do any of the crazy complicated stuff. You make everything super simple. And that's how you do the 2-hour deal. So the 2-hour deal is going to come down to a bunch of things. So number one, like I said, is going to be the Zillow for sale by owners. Why is the Zillow for sale by owner list so powerful? And why am I able to have the best success with it, with finding a deal under 2 hours? When I go live for 2 hours and I do these lives and I find deals, how do I do this? And how do I become very successful with this? What I've honestly found straight up right now is, number one, I literally have no skip tracing. So no cost. It's free. Number one, I'm dealing with people that are motivated to sell. So it costs me nothing. People are motivated to sell, right? So there's going to be no skip tracing. And a lot of them, they're ready to go. And I can really, I hate to say this the right way, but I can find pain points easy. Find the pain. And this means I can really find the motivated sellers in the cluster of Zillow for sale by owners very easy if I use the right strategies. So this is why the Zillow for sale by owner list works really well. I'm pulling a list by calling. So this is going to be number 4, and this is going to be a big highlight. You are pulling a list by calling. You have to pull the list by calling it. And that's very, very, very powerful. So this is why if you have 2 hours to get a deal, the Zillow for sale by owner list is probably going to be one of the the hottest things you can do. And why do so many people who pull the Zillow for sale by owner list, they can't get a deal? And I'm going to give you the quick strategies and tips and tricks because y'all have seen me before. I've gone these live streams and I've closed sellers in under 2 hours all day, every day. I get $50,000 price reductions. I get $100,000 price reductions. And I want everybody to understand this. I'm able to do this because, first of all, I know what I'm doing. And I do have a lot of skills when it comes to cold calling. And that is something I think some people don't understand, that they feel like they can get that really easy. No, for me, 2 hours is pretty simple for me. I'm talking for most people how they can get a deal in under 2 hours, right? The number one thing when it comes to a Zillow for sale by owner is most wholesalers. So let's talk about gurus, okay? Gurus, when they do a Zillow for sale by owner list, it's probably going to take them 10 hours to get a deal. Freewholesaling.com people, wholesalers that are trained from freewholesaling.com, they can get it done in 2 hours. And so let's really break down the difference on Zillow for sale by owners, why the gurus can't get deals. It takes them 10 hours to get a Zillow for sale by owner deal. Why everyone who learns on this YouTube channel and goes to freewholesaling.com to actually learn my criteria, they can actually get deals. Let's break down the big difference, because I just want to tell you Zillow for sale by owners, and you go out here and be like, oh, I'm just going to call them randomly. You're going to get, I always say this all the time, but if you do guru things, so if you do a guru script, you're going to get guru results. And everybody knows the formula. Gurus equal, they can't even get the green because they're broke. Gurus equal broke. Make sure you all write that down. This is very important notes I'm writing for you guys, okay? Gurus equal broke. If you use a guru script, you're going to get guru results. If you use a guru list, you're going to get guru results. If you use a guru line, guru results, like guru methods, guru results. So I want everyone to understand this. If you're doing what the gurus say for the Zillow for sale by owners, you're going to get the guru results, the guru buyers, all this stuff. So we don't want to be, so why do the gurus not do well? Because you're doing the guru stuff. They are broke. And if you listen to somebody that's broke, they're probably going to make you broke. So that being said, why are you able to get a deal in 2 hours from the criteria I do, and why does the average guru do 10 hours? So let's break this down really quick. And I want people, I'm really doing a detailed breakdown on this because you got 2 hours. You really got to understand this, right? Okay. So let's do this. Let's do guru and let's do Zach. Why am I becoming a lot more successful with them when it comes to Zillow for sale? Why do the people watching this get their first deals from doing this? Okay. Let's break this down. Let's make it blue. Okay. Number one, most gurus will call all FSBOs. That's what a realtor does. That is not good. And a lot of these gurus are realtors. So heck, I guess what happens, right? A lot of people don't understand this, and a lot of people get really confused with it, right? So you don't want to be doing this. I want people to understand this, that like, if you do guru things, you can get guru results. This is a very important criteria. You do not call all the Zillow for sale by owners. You do not do that. What you want to do is get a certain criteria on it, okay? And we're checking the audio really quick. Oh my gosh. All right. Number one, we want to do Zillow for sale by owners that are 100 plus days on Zillow. This is going to be very important, okay? So let's get here. So what you want to understand, this is very important. This is the difference between being successful or not on the Zillow for sale by owners. The average wholesaler, okay, is going to call all the Zillow for sale by owners. You're wasting your dang time. Like I've said before, if we only have 2 hours, we have to spend these 2 hours actually talking to the right type of sellers that want to get rid of the property for cash. And if they are calling all the FSBOs, I would probably tell you around 80% are going to easily be trash leads, okay? They're going to be trash leads. All right? Like, I would honestly tell you about 20% of Zillow for sale by owners are actually worth calling, okay? So if you have, this is the difference, right? So I want everybody to understand, right? So if the average guru does 10 hours of calling, 20% of that time will be taken with good leads. All right. And then 80% is going to be with the trash because they're calling all. Okay. Let's do some quick math here. 20% of 10 hours is 2 hours. This is shocking, but right? So here's the big difference why I'm becoming successful. I'm only talking to the 20% that is worth talking to, while the average guru does 80. So I just want everybody to understand this. This is why I'm becoming a lot more successful than the gurus, and this is why the people that are listening to the criteria I do are becoming a lot more successful than the gurus, because we are doing the right lists. So when it comes to getting a deal in under 2 hours, you have to do what is necessary. So you only have to talk to the 20% that are worth calling. And what makes somebody worth calling? And guys, I hope you know, I'm taking as much time on this live stream as possible to break this stuff down, because I think you guys need to understand this. These gurus give the worst trash information, and I just want to give it all today. So I'm here to answer questions too, but I really want to break down how to do this the right way, because I get too many people doing the Zillow for sale by owners, and they're not getting the results that they deserve, that their family deserves, because they're not doing the right way. So I have to break it down in this way so you guys can get the picture here. That's number one. 100 days on Zillow. Why 100 days on Zillow? Because once it's 100 plus days on Zillow, they actually have a motivation. They're more motivated. They're motivated to accept a low ball. They're motivated to accept a low ball offer because it's been listed for 100 days. What you got to understand is the first 100 days somebody lists a Zillow for sale by owner. So let's talk about the first 100 days. The seller wants top dollar, right? Because they just listed it on the Zestimate. They think it's going to be worth $1 billion, right? Number one. Number two, they have realtors calling them off the hook saying, we can list it for top dollar. Your house is worth $1 billion. And then you got trash gurus calling. You got the gurus calling, lowballing them. And what do you do when you think the house is worth $1 billion? Let's say $1 million. And let's say the realtors tell you it's worth $1 million and you just listed it. What are you going to do when somebody lowballs you like a guru does? You're going to say no. You're going to be upset. You're going to block the person. You're not going to do well. But what happens when willy-nilly Zach out here calls that's listed over 100 days? Yes, it might be listed for, let's say, 200 grand, which is way too much than what the thing's worth. But the realtor stopped calling. The guru stopped calling because it's not a new lead. I already called that person. There's no, this person's in crazy land. They'll never sell to me because the gurus mentally give up because they already tried calling them, right? And the person now is like, shoot, I got to sell this house. After 100 days, they actually might need to sell the property now. And they got no other options. And now, boom, you were the person out here that can actually get the thing done, right? So this is why over 100 days is very important, okay? This is number one. This is very, very important. Let's talk about criteria number two. Gurus will call all FSBOs. Let me accept that. They will call all of them. Did I already tell you what the 80-20% is? 80% are going to be trash. We don't want to deal with the 80%. How do I avoid the 80%? 80% equals trash. Everyone's, Zach, how do you always get so good results in 2 hours? I'm explaining it. I don't talk to the 80% trash. This is why I don't have to do 10 hours of live stream when I'm cold calling to get a deal. Number two, very important. And this is going to turn a lot of heads. Not a lot of people are going to like this. But stay below the median home price. Stay below median prices. Okay? What I mean by this, if I'm doing the city of Tampa, for example, so let's look up Tampa, Florida right now. Tampa median home price. And I'm going to go to Zillow and look at the median Tampa home price. What this means is the median Tampa home price. So the median price in Tampa, let's get rid of this. So I looked up with Zillow. Zillow says, I literally searched median home price Zillow. Tampa Their median home price currently, as of this video, is $419,454. That is what the median home price is in Tampa. So that's what it is. What does that mean? If I'm dealing with single family properties, I'm not going to cold call anybody that is above this list. I'm going to actually filter it out on my Zillow for sale by owners. This is very important. I want people to understand this. If you're calling above, you're most likely wasting your time on trash leads. If somebody thinks their house is worth a lot and it's over what the median home price is, it's not the best. First of all, your cash buyers don't want to be dealing with too many of these type of properties, and the chance of somebody wanting to sell the property for cash for a discount that is actually listed above the median home price is not good. So boom, right there, we're becoming extremely efficient. Number 3, and this is very important. Let's talk about another issue gurus have and a lot of guru students. They always lock it up too high. Number 2, most gurus always lock the property up too high on Zillow for sale by owner, and that's always a trap. Let me tell you a thing about Zillows. Sorry about that. Got some ice stock. And this is a common misunderstanding with Zillow for sale by owners. And we're breaking down everything you need to know, so in 2 hours' time, you can get this done quick. If a property is listed for $200,000 on Zillow, okay? It was listed, let's say, for $220 100 days ago. And then it dropped down to 200, let's say 7 days ago. Okay. Now we know this, right? We see the stuff. We're starting to understand this, right? So 200K is what's listed for right now. This means, what does a guru do? A guru will offer somebody, let's say $180,000 for it because they think they're getting a great price reduction and they think they're stealing this. And then they go to cash buyer. They go to Mr. Cash Buyer and say, Mr. Cash Buyer, I'll sell you this deal for $190,000. Like, bruh, this is to cash buyer. Guess what cash buyer is going to do? Cash buyer is going to look up the property on Zillow and see it's listed for $200,000. Guess what cash buyer is going to do? Hey, I saw like a drop 20K 7 days ago. If I wait 2 months, it's going to drop another 20K and I'll get it for 180, not 190. Like, duh, right? A cash buyer is going to want a significant discount. And so if I follow a certain rule, most cash buyers just looking at these Zillow for sale by owners, they feel like they could have done it themselves. They feel terrible. So they're going to need a decent discount. What I found is an average cash buyer for a deal like this is most likely going to want between the range of 140, maybe 150. Okay, that's pushing it hard. That's actually going to be what I call a real range. This is going to be the buyer range. And this is how most cash buyers are on Zillow for sale by owners. I actually do deals like this, okay? So that being said, this ain't going to work for cash buyers. Trash. Terrible. Okay, we don't like this at all. That is literally terrible, okay? What you got to understand is, and I hate to say this, now this is coming from a guy that's made over $50,000 on a Zillow for sale by owner deal. I've actually made $50K on a FSBO deal before, okay? I actually have it on my YouTube channel. I actually have it on freewholesaling.com. Most FSBOs are going to yield you around $10,000 to $15,000. That is going to be, actually, let's call it 5 to 10. 5 to 10, 15. There's a lot of room for error here, okay? Like, this is an insane amount per deal. Like, I'm just letting everybody know it's not like a stupid, insane amount. It's really not. And I'm just being completely honest with you. That being said, we really got to get good discounts for these buyers because these Zillow for sale buyers, there's a lot of risk going on with it, right? So if we're at 200K, you got to understand that because you're selling it for 200, that they're saving a lot of money, right? They're not having to pay a 6% to a realtor, right? You're probably paying 2% for closing costs, right? And let's say 2% for haggling, okay? The haggle. That means even the worst wholesaler, I'm just being completely honest, is going to get a 10% discount with any listing if you offer cash. Because you're offering cash and they're not dealing with anything. If you just literally, this is a quick tip for everybody. If you just ask the seller, hey, this is a great list. All right, this is a great line for this. I'm going to write it down for you too, okay? Would you take 200,000 if it was listed on the MLS with a realtor? Write this down. If you can ask your sellers this specific question right here. Oops, hit something. Would you take $200,000 if this was listed on the MLS with a realtor? And they say yes. That means great, because I'm offering cash. So if you went with a realtor, you would actually net, and then you do the math, you would actually net right here $180,000. Every single seller I've dealt with will usually accept that. So that being said, everyone pretty much has a gimme of 10%. Everybody, like on all these, like in 5 minutes, I can do this right now, right? It's not that difficult to do. So mostly everybody can get 10% off of all these listings, just off the bat, right? And one thing I can tell you is I always look at this. If I see the FSBO went from 220 to 200, I say, well, should I wait you out and see you list it for 180 in 2 months, right? Because I see you keep dropping the price. This is really simple, right? And this is where everyone gets wrong, right? So the average knowing that, cash buyers know that too. And that means if you just lock it up for that 10% and you think you're going to make a killing, it's not that. You're actually going to have to get actually probably 20% off that additionally. So what I do is I follow a set. Now, this isn't for ARVs. This is for Zillow for sale by owners only. You follow a 70% MAO on FSBO price. That is your MAO. That is what you're going to be offering. And I know it sounds low, but I want everybody to understand this. If it's 200, you offer 140. I don't care, but make sure that is your MAO, right? And yes, now I want people to understand this. There is a little catch. You can lock it up for above. You can do an above price, but understand that it just gets harder if you do that, right? So I think for everybody, minimum should just offer off the bat 70% off the MAO. I would rather you guys lock it up at that, but hey, if you can't, you can't. But most of the time, you should understand that 70% is going to be just for most people who overthink it, right? Oh, because I'm going to ask, what's the percentage to make your FSBO offer? Just do 70. Just do 70 off the list price. Why not? Just offer it, okay? Just offer it. What's the worst that they say? And I always teach you guys, and I always show it on my live streams. Hey, Mr. Seller, I was talking to my partner, and he was closer to 140 on the house. Or, I was looking at this. If I bought this thing all cash, I closed quick. You didn't pay realtors. I mean, what I can really be here is 140,000 on this. Just act like it's tough for you, right? And I'm telling you, the way you give the offer's got to be really good. And so why do I actually get these deals locked up for really well too? And this is going to be the last part here on the Zillow for sale owners, why I'm actually very good, that gurus never talk about. But it's all about having a great offer. And what makes a great offer? It is how you say it, not what you say. So let's talk about this for a second, okay? It is how you say it, not what you say. That is what makes a great offer. And this is the separation between the millionaires and the gurus, okay? What makes a great offer? It's about how you say the offer, not what you say on the offer. The price doesn't even matter. It's how you say it. And a great offer really comes down to really three concise things. Number one, authority. I don't know if I spelled that right, but whatever. Okay, authority. Hey, I'm the person that makes decisions. This is our offer from our team. This is where we're at. Number one is authority, right? Number two is going to be confidence. This is where we're at, and I'm completely believe in that offer, and that is where I'm at. I'm confident in this. Number three, being firm. And confidence and firmness seems like it's a different thing, but it's actually completely different, right? If you tell people that you're confident with that offer, but you don't stay firm at that price, it's not going to do well. You're going to stay very firm to that price or around that price. And really, you can also add, a secret one. So this is going to be the secret ninja technique. I'm going to call this the ninja art. If you can give a reason. Now, you don't need a reason to actually give a great offer, but it's a secret ninja tactic that can probably get your offer more accepted. And what I mean by the ninja art of having a reason, what I mean by this is, hey, because it needs this, this, and this work. Hey, because my partner told me he's at this price. Hey, because of all the work it needs, my partner's a little upset. It's going to be at this. If you can give a reason why you came up with that offer, it won't guarantee you get the deal. But what I can tell you is, because you give a reason to your motivated seller, I can tell you right now that the chance of you getting the deal exponentially just becomes a lot higher. Once you give a reason to that motivated seller why you're at this price, everything starts bumping up. And when you give a great offer, the chance of them accepting the offer comes down to those four things. Okay? I would tell you most sellers are going to say no. I'll probably tell you this. I'll probably tell you 80 to 85% are going to be a no. But here's the thing. If we got 2 hours and we only got to get one deal, it just takes one yes, right? So if most people are going to say no to that, and the average guru is probably at 95 to 97% no. Let's call it guru, right? The guru. Why is my percent of getting a deal actually go from, so if you really look at percentage basis, the chance of me getting a Zillow for sale by owner offer accepted, I will have a 10 to 15% success rate. Let's make this black. That means I'm getting a 10 to 15% success rate. Versus a guru who's at 3 to 5%. Why? Why is my success rate so much higher than the guru? Because I'm giving great offers. Because it's not what I said, right? It's not the amount I offered. I destroyed my competition in wholesaling real estate, not because I offer more, because of how I say things and how my team says it. It's more important how I say it than what I say. I'm never going to give the most for the property. I'm never going to offer the most. That's not how you make 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90K on a deal. It's about how you say it. And if you can say things with authority, confidence, being firm on that offer, and doing the ninja art of reasoning, I can tell you the chance of you getting the deal is going to go up. It's going to skyrocket. It will skyrocket the chance of you getting a deal accepted. This is when it goes from 3 to 5 to 10 to 15. Why is this? Because you are actually giving great offers. You're actually lowballing them because you're going to get a good deal, staying below the median prices, and 100 plus days on Zillow. This is the difference between the broker gurus and the people that learn from me. This is why those people are successful and the gurus are not. because they're not actually doing it, guys. You see me on the field. You guys see me out here calling these leads. You see me doing it live. You see me actually becoming successful. It's not because I'm this crazy, like amazing cold caller. I'm very good at cold calling, and I'm very good at closing sellers just because I've done thousands of deals. But it's not like you have to be at that to do it. And if you can follow these tactics, this is literally what goes on my brain while I'm doing these sellers and doing these type of deals. That's how you do it. And to increase your success rate, this is this little tiny stuff you have to do that no one ever talks about that'll leave you success. So if you want, screenshot this really quick and we'll get to the next part here, because Zillow for sale by owners are not the only way. But what I can tell you is probably going to be the best and fastest way for most people. All right. We'll leave that screenshotted right there for you. And what everybody understand, that for any type of wholesaling in general, these three things on the offer is probably one of the most important things also. So that being said, I want everybody to understand this, everybody know this. These three things are going to be super duper important for you to actually get this deal done, okay? Now let's go back to the next part. What's number two, right? I said there's really 4 to 5 ways you can get a deal in 2 hours. Number two, this is, like I've said, it's not sexy. It is not something Guru could sell a course on. But if you give me 2 hours to get a deal and you say, Zach, no Zillow for sale by owners, I'm probably just going to door knock. And I hate to say this, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not fun, but really, you got to look for a good area. Honestly, what I'll tell you, 2 hours, screw it. This is probably what I do also. It's even faster. I'm probably going to call a cash buyer and get some areas that they want to buy. And then what I'm going to do is just door knock the areas. Door knock the areas. That's it. Like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, me and my partner are looking to buy some more properties for cash. He's actually owns some properties in the area and he's looking to buy 3 more. Just seeing if anybody's looking to sell their property. We'd love to give cash offers on these, right? The reasoning is because it's going to be the fastest way for you to get a deal. It is not the sexiest way to get a deal. It is not the most fun way. But if you have 2 hours, this is what you got to do. Now, really, what I could tell you is I would rather you pull a code violation list and like door knock them, and like 2 hours to pull the code violation and you don't have that much time, right? So you're going to have to pull the list while you're knocking, right? So you're going to have to find the house and just door knock in the area. But unfortunately, I hate saying it, but like this is going to be another way, right? It's not a very sexy way. It's not a way that a lot of wholesalers like it too much. But I can tell you is this is going to be the best way to do it, right? And so I'm getting some questions like, how do I find a cash buyer, right? So there's a couple of ways to find cash buyers. So I'll show you for the door knocking example, like how I'm going to find a cash buyer. Number one, I'm probably going to go to Facebook groups. And remember, go to freewholesaling.com. I'll show you how to do that. Number two, you can also gather emails and email people from there, right? Number two is I'm going to cold call the 4 rents, because these are going to be landlord buyers. Then if you can, ask a title company, because they actually have the buyers on lock there. And I know my handwriting stinks, but my wholesaling's good, so it mix it up, right? So ask your title company, cold call the 4 rents in Facebook groups, $0, find a cash buyer, okay? So I want everyone to understand that if you want to find a cash buyer, this is what you got to do. Find a cash buyer. So remember, guys, if you have no money, you want to find a cash buyer, the 3 main ways are Facebook groups, cold calling the 4 rents, and asking the title company. And I want everybody to understand that. Now, remember, guys, I can get more into this. Like I showed the nitty gritty stuff at freewholesaling.com. So make sure y'all go to freewholesaling.com to actually get it. I'll write it down really quick. So actually, no, y'all see it right here, right? Right here. Freewholesaling.com. Just go there. That's where they're all at. Let's go to the next part here. Now, door knocking, I don't know why I put that number 2. I think it scares a lot of people. But hey, it's a very important one, right? So number 3 here. If I got 2 hours, maybe some money, right? Like some money. how am I actually going to make this work, right? I'm probably going to tell you to just do reverse driving for dollars. Okay. Reverse driving for dollars. And really, the reason why is because honestly, in 2 hours, if I put as many sticky notes as I possibly can, I actually most likely probably going to find a good, decent deal, right? So what I'm going to do here is step one. I'm going to get maybe 200 sticky notes. And let's write a quick sticky note, okay? Let's make a little sticky note, and I'll tell you how I'm going to do it, right? We'll make it life size for you too, okay? A little sticky note like this, okay? That looks pretty good. Looks like a real sticky note. Let's make a little sticky note. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So we have the visualization for everybody. Now remember, guys, I have terrible handwriting, but I've done this a million times. All right, we got the sticky note, right? Let's make it. Okay. So is there a sticky note? So how do I do reverse driving for dollars on this? What do I write? All right. I got my little pen. Hey. I don't know, whatever number. Don't call that. I don't know who that person is. But that's what I'm going to do. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please call me, right? That's what I'm going to write in the sticky note. I'm going to slap that onto any type of ugly house possible, okay? So this is going to go to ugly house. Any ugly house I see, it's going there, okay? That's what we write. Those things cost like a penny or 2 pennies each. That's it. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please call me. Do not make this crazy, okay? Once you say, this is Zach with Zach Home Solution, you're not going to call, okay? You're getting on this stuff. This is Zach with Zach Home Buyers. Don't make this fancy, okay? Make it simple. Simple, okay? Did I tell you to make it crazy? No. The people that come and say, oh, this doesn't work at all, because you make it complicated. Make it really easy and super simple, and I'm telling you, results will follow. So this is how you do the sticky note. Not that complicated. You just slap those things on. You'll do well, right? Sticky notes. Put them on. Oops. Put them on ugly houses for 2 hours. Really not that complicated, right? And you're going to get them called back. That's it. Like bonus, right? I'll call this a bonus step. But like, if you're going to call them up, I would cold call them also if you can, but that's over 2 hours. So we're going to say no to that, right? So maybe you don't have 2 hours, but bonus on top of that, go do that, right? But just put as many sticky notes as you can on all the ugly properties. And I'm telling you, that's a really easy way to get a deal under 2 hours. Most people aren't willing to put 2 hours for that, but it's probably going to give you one of the best chances of actually getting a deal. Let's see. Number 4. Now, remember, guys, we only have 2 hours to get a deal. So what am I going to do for this, right? All right, let's go. Number 4. Pretty simple, but this is just going to be JV with someone. Okay? Now, let me give you a quick story about myself and about you. Now, I'm a little different. But I get people send me JV deals, and I've done this before where somebody just sent me a deal on DM like last year, and it was, I think, in Miami. And so basically what I did was I knew a bunch of cash buyers in Miami that buy properties up by me because there's no really good deals in Miami. It was a decent deal. Just text my cash buyer, say, hey, I got a deal in Miami, this area. Is this something you want? Yeah, maybe I'll look at it. sent the info over to him, and he wanted to buy it for, I think, 20K over the wholesaler's price he got it locked up for. And I made 10K because we split it 50-50. And that took me, I think, 20 minutes to do. And I was just playing on my phone, right? And so what I could tell you is I'm about 10 grand on my toilet, just sitting there on my phone, just sitting there, just boop, 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 boop. And because the power of JVing, and I know it was a little TMI, but I'm just letting you know, like in 20 minutes, you can get a lot of stuff done and you can make 10 grand all day, every day. And in wholesaling real estate, I know it's really sexy, the JVing things. And I'm not calling it easy for me, but because I have the people out here actually following me, right? And I got a decent following when it comes with me and Rick, that people just send us deals because they know we got the buyers, right? That's great. But what I can tell you is, yes, for me, it's super simple, right? This is why I like JVing with people and people send me deals. But like for you, you might not have a following, and obviously you shouldn't get a following because you should make money first, so you're not turning into a broke guru. But what I can tell you is, how can you do that, right? So maybe it takes me 10, 15, 20 minutes to do it myself. For a team member, for me, it'll probably take a team member 45 minutes for me. But honestly, Joseph Samuel's right. I'll pop that up later, the Elmo gift. But for somebody, it probably take them maybe 2 hours to do it if you're not trusted, right? And so here's the thing with JVing. There's two types of JVing, and you got to know which one to help people out, okay? For you, it's only going to be one part. So there's two types of JVing, okay? There's two types of JVs. And we got to understand this before we start knowing what to do. So there's JVing with people that are trying to sell the deal and lock up a deal. So JV number one, wholesaler locks up a deal. Wholesaler has deal, but they can't sell it. Very sad. This is where most people can make, this is probably the best one. So when somebody locks up a deal and they can't sell it. When wholesaler number two has a ton of buyers, which is great. We turn that frown upside down, right? Oh, that looks weird. We turn that frown upside down because now we have buyers and we just split the deal 50-50, right? Boom. I can't sell my deal. Someone who comes by has a deal. Awesome, right? Cool, right? That's great. That's JV number one. JV number two is, actually, wait. Do I have a back button on this? Yeah. So that's really how these JVs work, right? So actually, we'll call them one type, right? This is how JVs go. Usually somebody can't do that. So either you're going to be wholesaler number one or you're going to be wholesaler number two. You can lock up deals virtually, right? And then you can't find other people. So you go to wholesaler number two who has the buyers. So maybe I'll lock up a deal in a place I don't wholesale. I don't really wholesale too much in Washington State. So maybe I'll lock up a deal in Washington State, or my buddy has a deal in Washington State. I'll go to a wholesaler number two in Washington State that has a bunch of buyers, split the deal 50-50. We're both happy. Or I turn into wholesaler number two, and let's say I'm in my market. I live in Washington. I see people virtually wholesaling in Washington. I find wholesaler number one. You're going to have to either, your focus, if you're going to JV, is find wholesaler number ones, or you're going to find wholesaler number twos. Now, what I can tell you is being a wholesaler number two is a lot better. And I think because you already a lot of people already have a good buyers list, they can reach out to people that are virtually wholesaling and they're wholesaler number ones. And then you ever bring a ton of buyers and you bring them through. In under 2 hours, you can easily get deals done really quick, right? And I think so many wholesalers out here get really upset about this, right? They get like, oh my gosh, I can't sell my deal. Or, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like excuse. Just do this. These are how an average JV deal works. And I know how JV deals work, right? So either they have the deal, they can't sell it, or a wholesaler number two has a bunch of buyers, but they can't find many deals, and it's a great little mix, right? That is how you do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no really complicated process on this, but this is how you should JV these deals. Because I have a big dispo team and I'm very good in Florida, somebody sells me a deal in Florida, I can get it sold very quick because I just sit like this and just get it done. Like, right? It's not that complicated. Now, there's another archetype I've seen that is not as attractive of a thing, but it does work. Where wholesaler number 2, they can kind of daisy chain this, right? And so this is going to be kind of strategy number 2. Wholesaler number 1 has a deal, they can't sell it. So what wholesaler number 2 does is they go, and let's say it's you, and this deal is going to be in, let's call it, where are we going? We're going to call it Miami, Ohio, whatever, right? Miami, Ohio. I actually have buyers in Miami, Ohio, but let's say you have no buyers in Miami, Ohio, but you know a guy that does, right? So here's the deal. What you do is you sign a JV with him for 50-50, and then boom, you're entitled 50%. Now you go to wholesaler number 2, who's your other buddy who has a ton of buyers, and he has buyer, which goes to this guy. Oops. And then he gets 25%. And then you get 25%. And you're basically the middleman there, right? And still 50-50, right? But what I can tell you is that that's another way I've seen other people do it is, oh, I know a guy. Give it to me and I'll daisy chain it. This is daisy chaining. I don't like it too much, but it is something I want people to understand. It is a thing, though. So I get asked all the time, Zach, is daisy chaining legal? Theoretically legal unless it's stated otherwise on the contract. I don't like it, though. It's kind of like lateraling in football. If you keep lateraling in football, someone's going to get hurt, right? Sometimes it works out, but I just, for a lot of people, it gets very complicated. So I'd be very, very wary and careful when you're doing things like that. But that's daisy chaining. You can JV it, right? Like there's a ton of ways to do this, but honestly, I don't like this daisy. It's called daisy chaining, right? So it's called the daisy chain. And honestly, I don't like it. I don't like JVing my deals. I'll personally tell you this straight up. I don't JV my own deals because I don't want to give up 50% of my profits. But for a wholesaler that can't find a buyer, because I'm very good at finding buyers and doing deals, I get it because 50% of something's better than nothing, right? So don't do the daisy chain, but like it is an archetype. You can do it. I'm telling you probably not to do it, but to each their own, right? But that's what that part is. All right. Let's go to number 4. Was that 4? That was 4. Ooh. I think we're on 5 right now. Oh, that was number 3. All right. Let's go to number 4. All right. And this is a big one here. Okay. Actually, wait. That was 4, right? So FSBOs, door knocking, D for D, 4J. All right. So that was 4. Let's go to 5. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? All right. That was 4. What's the last part here? Number 5. This is going to be bandit signs. And I've seen it every which way, but pulling a list and marketing, bandit signs actually work. And I got my first 100K in wholesaling from bandit signs. So like I've said, it's not the sexiest thing in the world. It really is not. But what I could tell you is if you can do bandit signs, if you spend 2 hours putting out bandit signs, you could probably find a deal. And if you go hard in the paint on those bandit signs and you have enough of them, in 2 hours, you could probably find a deal. And that's if bandit signs work in your market. But I could tell you, it's not fancy. It's not sexy. But if you just get these little signs out here, we buy houses. Oops. Where's my H? We buy houses cash, and then you put 3, 3, 4, 3440062 or 76, right? Those little We Buy Ugly houses, you got the stake in the ground, right? And then you got the grass, right? So it's kind of by a stop sign. You stick as many as you can in 2 hours. You could probably get 50 to 100 out, hopefully. And honestly, if you get this on like a Friday evening or Saturday early morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., like I used to do, you could probably find them pretty easy, right? Most wholesalers aren't willing to do that. And that's okay. Like, there's no problem in not wanting to do that. I get it. But what I could tell you is, you want to get a deal in 2 hours. Most people aren't willing to put 2 hours into even doing that, right? Because to get results that others don't, you have to do what others won't. And if you want to get these results, that's honestly what I can tell you. The Bandit 10 is going to be great. So a quick recap for everybody watching this, all right? What are the 5 ways? Number 1, Zillow for sale by owners. Number 2, door knocking. Number 3, reverse driving for dollars. Reverse driving for dollars. Number 4 is going to JV with someone. Number 5 is going to be bandit signs. Now, these are going to be really powerful. What I could tell you is, if you have a month or a week, let's call it next week. I want to challenge people to try this. This is going to be a unique challenge if you want to try it. For people that really want to get results, spend 2 hours, okay? Spend 2 hours on, let's say, Monday, all right? Let's spend Monday doing Zillow for sale by owners for 2 hours, okay? You already know the criteria, all right? We're going to spend Monday, all right, whatever time you want, all right? I'll probably make a challenge of this later, but right now, you're going to do Monday. We're going to do for 2 hours, okay? Number 2, we're going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, right? Each one's going to be 2 hours long. Harden the paint, nonstop. So that being said, we're going to spend Monday for 2 hours, Zillow for sale by owners. Number 2, we're going to spend 2 hours door knocking. This ain't a suggestion, guys. If you're serious about doing this, is what you're going to do. This is why I've been laying down the groundwork for this, all right? Wednesday, we're going to do reverse drawing for dollars with the sticky notes for 2 hours, harden the paint. If you get repetitive, you might not do well. And then we might spend on Thursday trying to JV with people for 2 hours. And then 5, we're going to do bandit signs on Friday, right? How much should this all cost? Less than $100 probably. But Zillow for sale by owners, bandit signs, and that'll come down to probably 10 hours. 10 hours of work. That's it. That's actually not a lot in a week, right? You can really do that part-time. 10 hours. I'm telling you, this is a plan that can work very, very well. I know for a fact some of y'all watching have already spent more than 2 hours today on Instagram, TikTok, and probably watching like One Piece or something like that, all right? Y'all have spent 2 hours doing stuff which you could have done something else. So y'all could have spent, versus watching TV shows or something stupid today. I mean, the only really effective time you've really spent is watching this YouTube channel, which is great for you guys. Don't ever stop watching this channel. Always watch the channel. But like, if you're watching stuff that is not making you money or it's going to be educational for yourself, really, you should put that into some of the stuff here. So maybe next week, you can start making a schedule like this, right? Hey, I'm going to do the Zillow for sale by owners on Monday. I'm going to door knock on Tuesday. Do some reverse drawing for dollars Wednesday. JVing with people. Bandit signs. And maybe get a little taste of every single type of wholesaling they got out there. And maybe get a taste and I think if you guys do this as crazy as possible, probably get a deal in a week, all day. 2 hours you can, obviously. If you really want to bump the pace up and really bump up the volume you're doing things, I don't think there's any better way than just going out here and doing a little schedule like this. And you can do it other ways too, right? Like we can really switch this up if you really want and just kind of do this on a weekly basis, right? You can even do this for a month where it's like, week one, you can do a week 2, week 3, week 4, and then week 5. So if you really want to extend this out to a month, you can kind of do it from there. I wouldn't do it monthly. Like I wouldn't do an entire month of it, but I do a full week of it. And I think this is probably going to be a strategy that will work really well for so many people out here. For people that are really indecisive, like, oh my gosh, I'm having trouble making decisions or trouble figuring out what to do or how to do or things get. Why don't you guys just try this? I can tell you is if you do try this and it becomes successful for you, I can tell you straight up, you could probably start doing a lot more deals and start making a lot more money. So that is how you get a deal in under 2 hours. I want everybody to ask their questions if there's any questions on specifically what I said today on this. And I'd love to help as many people as possible in the wholesaling real estate process for it. But make sure you guys go to freewholesaling.com. It's where I teach it all nitty gritty. So if you want to learn the nitty gritty of all this stuff, it is all in freewholesaling.com. So I'll write it down here. Right here, freewholesaling.com. It's all in here. Everything I teach about wholesaling houses, it's all in here. Freewholesaling.com. So if you want to learn exactly how to do this all, it's all there. I literally do not have 10 hours to break down exactly how to do Zillow for sale by owners to see examples of me doing it today. But at freewholesaling.com, it's all there. Pulling lists, buyers, all that stuff. Freewholesaling.com. That's where all this knowledge is at. But I can tell you is this is probably a strategy for everyone. So if you're going to use this strategy, let me know. But I can tell you is a lot of people follow me and a lot of people get really good results from it. I can tell you is if you start doing things like this, a lot of things are going to start changing your life, right? I can tell you, start doing it and start changing your life. Right? So that's it on that end. Let's answer some questions and see how I can help the people out and see what questions y'all have on here. But let's see what questions we got here. Talik says, hey, Zach, got my second wire today. Thanks to you. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Second deal from here. Oh, love it. Love to see people doing deals. Gets me jacked up to flex on gurus, show you guys how to wholesale houses and how to become as successful as possible. So y'all asked for the Elmo gift. I'll give you the Elmo gift he's talking about. So we'll go back to an actual, let's see. So this is a live look of me making 10 grand on the toilet. So right here is me making $10,000 on my toilet because I found a buyer that wants to get it, right? Oh my gosh, this is how you do it, right? I'm telling you, make 10 grand on the toilet by just sitting there and going after it. It's kind of funny, but like it is true. If you go out here, talk to motivated sellers, or if you JV like that, it actually works very well. Now, I know it's kind of funny, but heck, I'm being transparent with you. It's how I make money on the toilet, and you can too in wholesaling, right? I don't think I'm the first wholesaler to make a deal happen on the toilet, but I'm going to be the last. So Ducky has a quick question here. Can you find buyers on wholesaling houses for on Facebook? You can. I would avoid it because it's a group for wholesalers. So most likely you're going to run into way more wholesalers than cash buyers than if you're on a real estate investing group. So I just avoid that if that's you. But hey, let's get it. This is my week, Karen. So try the strategy out. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's see what are the questions we got here. Yeah, I've done trailer homes and I've done mobile homes. They work really well. So if there's Zillow for sale by owners, I would definitely be going after them. Let's see here. Yeah, guys, if you like this training, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and let me know if there's any topics. So one other thing too, I want people to suggest if they want. If you want any topics that I haven't gone over recently, I'll dedicate a 2-hour live stream to it if I think it's something that's going to help the people out. So yeah, I'm always looking to help people out on it. So let's actually do some one-on-ones also. So how do you hop on the one-on-ones and talk to me? Let me show you real quick. All you got to do is go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Basically my Facebook group. And all you got to do is just hop on. So let me get the link on for y'all here. Let's see here. All right. So this is the Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses for Real. So how do you actually hop on here and actually how do you talk to me absolutely for free? Pretty simple. Go here, Wholesaling Houses for Real. Zach Ginn shared a link. Click it right there. And then all you got to do is click join here. There's a StreamYard link. Hop on, talk to me. And you get to talk to me absolutely for free, one-on-one. And I get to help you become a better wholesaler. So let's talk. Hello. Hello. Hadel. Hello. All righty. Talk to you later. Shaquila.
Hi, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. So, how are you?
Every day above ground is an amazing day.
That's right. So, I have a question for you. I went driving for dollars because I felt like my list was too long. I'm still working on it, but driving for dollars just felt right. I did come across a bunch of condemned properties and abandoned properties. How would I go about? I have a motivated seller, and her property was condemned because of some issues. So she's motivated. She wants to sell. I can't get in the property because the property is condemned. She has a loan on the property. It's like $55,000 loan. She did have somebody offer her something like 45. They said they were going to negotiate with the bank or whatever to get it lower or whatever have you. I just want to know, what do I do to get this woman?
Was it a code violation?
Huh?
What kind of 45? What is that?
That was he offered. There was a lawyer that offered her $45,000 for the property. And he said he was going to try and negotiate. Oh, hold up. He said he was going to try and negotiate with the bank to lower the loan. So yeah. And
That sounds stupid.
that's what I said.
Was she behind in payments or something?
No, she's paying the loan.
I mean, I would love to negotiate loans. If that was real, that'd be really fun and cool. But for mortgages, no. You can negotiate maybe back payments or something crazy.
Yeah.
Short sales, but for most times, most lawyers can't do that. They can talk a big game. You can negotiate taxes pretty well, municipal violations, code violations, but I haven't heard of somebody successfully negotiating debt down on a loan from a bank.
And guess
what?
And guess what? He ghosted her. So I know that was kind of like fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not real. If it was real, I would be doing it all. Like I'd be negotiating debt down just so I get better deals. Like, so maybe something crazy happened, but that's not. What's the ARV on the property, or what do you think it's worth?
I didn't even do the AR. I haven't even done anything. I just was like, I gotta ask somebody if they can actually wholesale a condemned property. Like,
Yeah, you can. It just, you got to learn the process in your county on how to uncondemn it, right? Because if it's a salvageable piece of property, you probably have to get the county out there to look at it and fix the property up, and then they can go look at it and then make it non-condemned, right? It was probably the city or the county that did it, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to call them and see what the process is, because every county and city is different, every single one.
So they said that I would have to get permits, like a bunch of permits, to get the property uncondemned.
You wouldn't. Your cash buyer has to.
Well, yeah, then.
Perfect,
Oh.
right? You're not paying for the closing costs. Your cash buyer is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no big deal. If you get it for the right price, it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably see how you can go see the inside of it. I know it's condemned, but still see if there's a way for you to do it.
I
And
looked in the window. That was it. That's all I could see, and it looked trash.
still, if it's for the right price, look it up and see what the thing's worth and try to negotiate from there.
Yeah.
Because do you know how much is owed on the property?
It's 50 to 55,000 left that she has to pay on the property.
How much do you think the property's worth, roughly?
I don't know. Let's say 150,000 maybe.
Okay. So she's not like underwater on the deal.
Yeah, no.
I think you can make it work.
You think I could pay her out her loan?
Yeah, if you offer her 50 or you offer 55 and she owes 45 or 50, then yeah, you don't pay the loan out. She pays
So,
it.
so if she pays, so we pay her.
Let's say pay her. How much does she owe? 50 or 45?
She owes 55. Let's
So
say
if you
that.
offer her 60, then she gets 5,000.
Yeah.
Right? You can't do 50 because she owes 55.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure out what the property's worth. If it's worth 100, it's condemned. You might be able to lock it up for 60, sell for 65, 70. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to talk to a bunch of buyers.
Okay. Because there were squatters in there, and I guess they bust holes in the walls. I seen that. She said she put a bunch of brand new stuff in it. They broke everything that was brand new. She said
Probably.
she said that Marshall had to go in there, kick them out, and then I guess so much time went past that the property was so jacked up, they condemned it, and now everything is like shut, like windows. She thought that I could go in the back and like just open up the door, but everything is shut down.
Get a
So
buyer for it.
yeah,
If it's a salvageable property, someone will want to buy it still and rent it out.
it is. I see it. I see it can be used, but there's like, yeah.
Talk to some buyers. Get it
You think
locked up for the best price you can, though.
okay.
But you got to
Okay.
figure out what they're selling for when they're all brand new and how much it's going to take to get there,
Mhm.
roughly. And I think you should be fine.
Okay. Should I get any paperwork from her, like concerning how much she owes on the loan or anything? Because
Ask her. She should know because she probably gets a letter every single month saying how much
yeah,
she owes.
yeah, and she did tell me, but I wasn't like I just want to be exact, I guess.
Get a rough estimate. You don't have to be exact on it.
All
Is
right.
it 55, 54, right? Like just figure that out too much. But yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. And then I won't have to do like a subject to thing.
No,
Okay. Okay. Because I'm not trying to do nothing else complicated.
no, you're not doing a subject on this.
Okay. Okay. And what I've come across a lot of abandoned properties. Like there's one that looks really nice. And what would I do? What would I do if I know what would I do like concerning an abandoned property? Like just contact the seller. Same thing. Like
Same thing as if somebody lives in it, right?
yeah.
Abandoned's actually easier
Yeah.
because they're not as attached to the house,
Hmm.
right? So it's kind of like a car. If someone's not using a car, it's just sitting there. Does it matter that somebody drives the car every day? Not really. If someone doesn't drive the car every day, it's probably needs new gas or something like that. But like, it's still the same process. You're still buying a house. Nothing changes.
Right.
So the
Okay.
structure stays the same if somebody lives in it or doesn't. So don't get freaked out. The only thing that's different is if it's like gets condemned, which that just
Yeah.
makes it a little more difficult. But outside of that, or maybe it's got a probate going on, I think you're fine.
Okay. Because
Don't overcomplicate it.
I just seen no videos on YouTube about like wholesaling condemned properties.
Well,
I seen like one.
Well, because condemned it's pretty simple. You just got to figure out how to get it uncondemned.
Mhm.
Most likely, there's an issue with something that made it condemned. I don't know what it is. You got to figure that out.
Mhm.
That lady should probably have the information on why.
Yeah.
And then you get a cash buyer and they fix it. And then they get the property uncondemned.
Okay. Okay then.
Yeah, it should be fine.
All right. So I will call her back now. I'm glad y'all got on early because I get to call her back and just talk to her more about it. So yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Let me know if you need help with anything else.
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Thank you.
Bye.
Boom. Awesome. Yeah, condemned properties, don't get too freaked out over them, right? You're just going to have to find the process of uncondemning it, but it's not that complicated from there. Yo, Justin.
Zach, what's up, brother?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Fantastic, man.
Awesome.
So
What's
yeah,
up? How can I help you out?
well, first I want to say, yeah, thanks so much for helping me, man. The past couple months have been great.
Awesome, man.
So yeah, I just wanted to ask about a situation. So I finally got a lead, all the cold calling I've done. She's very motivated, wants to sell like as soon as possible. But she's sick. And then she has another person that actually offered her 35,000 on it. PropStream says it's worth like 75. So I'm like, oh, this is a great deal. So immediately on the phone, I offered her 37. But then we built pretty good rapport. We talked like 2-3 times on the phone, and she hasn't answered me like the last week or so. Because I mean, she's been with family, and she told me that Thanksgiving she was going to be with family. But then she also said in our last call, like they've been pressing her. They've been like, oh, well, why don't we close on the 35,000? And I don't want to come off as like I'm trying to press her too. I'm trying to pressure her and make it a money thing. So how do you think I can go about this without like making it
Is this
feel like
virtual or in
you're pressuring me?
person?
Oh, sorry, what was it?
Is this virtual or in person?
Virtual, all virtual.
Stinks. Okay. How much do you think the property's worth to a cash buyer?
Maybe 50.
50. All right. Well, I mean, it's competition's whatever. Like, I could care less about what the other person does. Don't get freaked out over it. You just got to let the person know, hey, we're ready to go. When you're ready to sell, let me know. So I would, when you say she's sick, what kind of sick? Are we talking flu or are we talking?
She's like
disease?
an elderly lady. I don't know. She just kind of said, I'm feeling sick right now. I have a hard time talking about the property, going to the property, and
Okay.
yeah.
Well, why don't you explain this to her? Next time you call her, which should be today or tomorrow, whenever, explain that me and my buyer have actually talked to him. We're ready to make a decision to get going forward with this. Are you ready to make a decision today on selling it? And just go from there, right? And just explain to her that, like, hey, you don't have to go to the property or anything. Me and my team will actually do it all. And just make it a lot more convenient for her than maybe with another wholesaler. And then get it locked up from there.
Oh,
That's all
so
I
just
can
tell her like, oh, maybe you could unlock the property. My guy will check it out. You don't even have to be there. Or
Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. Just get the deal locked up first.
well, no, I'm saying how would they get into the property? I mean, it's vacant right now, but how would they get there without her being there or showing up to the
You
house?
put a lockbox on it so she doesn't go back and forth.
Lockbox? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's a
And
good
then
call.
maybe because of the ease of what you're saying, the competition's not doing that. That will probably give you the edge.
No, that's a good idea. I mean, how much rapport building you think I should do with it? She seemed like a really nice lady, and
You don't need to. You don't need to be best friends with this lady. All right, right, like, hey, we're looking to buy the house. Build some rapport. Let them know you're a good person. But like either you're gonna sell this. Like, are you gonna sell this now or not? Because we got other properties looking to buy.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it, man.
That's where I'd be at. So, any other questions?
Yeah, one more question, man. Yeah, thanks so much for that answer. So great video yesterday with Cameron. I love that video.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
So on the topic of building, well, since we're already talking about building rapport, I guess building rapport with cash buyers better. I have a list of like 100. I've been like DMing them, DM1, DM2, and then I send them this Google form, which has like, they can submit answers to the 7 questions for the videos that you've, no?
What are you doing?
It's like a Google form of like, insert the proof of funds here.
How many cash buyers do you have?
I don't have like well.
Bro, are you wholesaling like 40 deals a month?
No, I'm not.
Like, you're not a big team. Like, you don't have to be acting like you're this big, crazy hedge fund type team, right? Like, even the hedge funds have sales representatives, right? Build a relationship. You're talking about build a relationship. Ask these questions over the phone. Don't over message. That doesn't build any type of connection.
Okay, that makes sense.
You gotta do it over the phone.
Got it. So how quick, like DM him once, just chop it up back and forth.
Hey, are you
And
looking to buy
phone number
properties
or call?
cash? Yes. Can we hop on a call and just I want to talk to you more about it, see if we can help each other out?
Okay.
Question,
I like
question,
that.
question, question, boom.
Yeah. Instead of like this form I'm sending out. Okay.
Anyone can BS that form, and anyone can be a fake cash buyer going through a text form. So when you
Yeah.
talk and you actually get the evidence over the phone, that you can really sniff out someone's lying or not to you.
Yeah.
That's how you lose out on a deal.
Makes sense, Zach. All right. Thank you, brother.
All right, keep it up.
Yeah. I'll let you know if that deal progresses or whatever.
Go after it, man. When are you going to call the person?
I'm going to call actually right after this live.
All right, go after it.
Thanks, my guy. See ya.
Boom. Awesome. Good job, Justin, going after it. Next here we got Chevelle.
Hey, Zach.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay, so I spoke to the seller. He posted the house on Zillow for 119,000. I offer him 80,000, and then he's like, "Oh no, I can't take anything less than 90,000." And so I told him that that I would try to talk with my partner about giving see if we could bump it up to 85K, which would be a little bit over 0.75. But I was like, I can't make any promises. And so then I texted him the next day, which was the day before Thanksgiving, and told him, my partner doesn't want to stay at 80K. What I did was I looked at the houses in the area, and the houses in the area are all selling for all sorts of different prices. And I don't know, I just had a weird gut feeling about this deal. I also looked on the tax assessor's website, and they have it assessed for $43,000. And I'm like, what is this? So I don't know, Zach. I don't know. It just seems weird. I don't know. What do you think?
Okay. I mean, do you know how much the deal is worth?
Well,
No, let's talk general. How much is a
gen-
real estate deal worth? How do you determine the worth of it?
no, I haven't.
No. How do you determine the worth of a deal?
Oh, how do you determine the worth of a deal? Is it by doing the ARV? Is that what you're talking about?
No. You know how much a deal is worth based on what another person is willing to buy it for.
Oh,
That's
that's what you're
economics
talking
101.
about. Okay.
So you might not know, I might not know. The only
Okay.
sure way we're going to know what the thing is worth is by just asking people, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so if I go to eBay and seeing these things are selling for this price, it's probably how much it's generally worth, right? And so it could be worth 120. The thing could be worth 70. It could be worth 43, right? Like you saw there.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just ask some buyers and go from there?
Okay.
That's going to be your
Okay.
best way to figure it out, because we can go back and forth. Because of the area you're in, I'm not the expert. I would probably ask a buyer. And here's the trick. You're going to have some buyers that might offer you 120 for it, and some buyers might offer you 80. You're going to have to talk to 5 or 6 of them and really get a general consensus.
Okay. Okay, and I don't have the property under contract yet. Would you suggest that I get it under contract or
Yeah,
no?
lock it up first.
Okay, okay. All right. Also, I told him that my partner said no more than 80,000. He said 85,000. I want to keep it at 80,000 just to be on the safe side. So I want to tell him that.
Is your initial
80,000.
offer 80?
Yes.
You're going to have to be at 82.5.
All right.
It's just a mental thing for people that at least they negotiate and they tried their best.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you offered 70 and they wanted 90, you met in the middle at 80, right? Because at least they negotiated you up and they feel good about it. If I offered 50 and we met in the middle at 70, they would have felt good at it too.
Right.
It's mental. It's not even how much. It's just the mental thing about it. So you're going to have to give something up.
Okay. All right. No problem.
So it's not even about them with that price. It's just about mentally I tried.
Got it. Okay, I understand. Also, Zach, what do you do? I have my code violation list, and I was calling that list yesterday, and I found a property that's it looks pretty beat up, but it's owned by the state, like the state owns it, and I don't know how they.
I would avoid government-owned properties. I avoid.
Okay. Okay. I guess that is. I'm thinking probably have like one more question. I want to try to
No worries.
get it out before I get off. I just can't remember what I was gonna ask you. But those were the main things that I needed to get some advice on.
All right. Well, if you have any other questions, let me know. Always here to help.
Okay, thank you so much, Zach. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. Have a great one.
Okay.
All right. Next here we got Jim.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
How are you?
Good, good. It's
Awesome.
my first time. I just put a post in the thing. I couldn't figure out how to get on the lives, but
Now you got on. You did it.
Yeah, thanks to your tutelage. I'm on here. Just wanted to ask quick. I'm from New York, looking to do virtual wholesale. What do you think is just off the top of your head, best 3 markets to possibly look into? Also, I have some friends that are realtors throughout the country. I've heard you say before that there was, possibly using some realtors to get deals. So what would you advise with that?
Yeah. So where in New York are you at right now?
New York City in Queens.
You're in Queens. All right. I know some people they do some virtual wholesaling in Queens, so it works out. I just think I was actually wholesaling in Queens, but that's a different beast. All right, that's a whole different beast. But
yeah, there's a couple of good areas in Queens that you could do. Like I was just looking at bandit signs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I even did a little bit of driving for dollars, but it's just, with the market and the prices here, it can be difficult.
And you got winter coming up too, so it's like, all right. So I'm looking here. Your friends that are realtors, what areas are they at?
Michigan, Florida.
Where in Michigan?
I think he covers like the Detroit area.
Wayne
some
County?
of the he.
Okay.
Last time I spoke to him, he was basically covering a wider area because the market was kind of like difficult there, drying up a bit.
Okay.
So he was trying to expand. So one of my things was I was thinking about is reaching out to them also, maybe even if they're not involved in wholesaling, is doing like partnerships with them, being boots on the ground.
Yeah, but what areas? We got
the
Michigan. We're in Florida.
Sarasota area.
Okay.
Ocala area.
Okay.
So like kind of central.
I know. I like Ocala.
Yeah, I have relatives actually in Ocala too.
Yeah.
Which that was another reason I was looking at that area. Plus my friend that's a realtor there, because just boots on the ground, in terms of, instead of trying to find people that can, on some of these Facebook groups, you find people that can run out, check out a property for you, or some people suggest using like Uber drivers and stuff like that, throwing them a couple of bucks and then, going to a property to take pictures or video or something like that. So that was kind of like my game plan, trying to do that.
Why don't you try Marion County?
Marion?
Yeah, try Marion County. That's Ocala.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually went and looked up the probate list for that. That was another question I had for you. So I looked up probate list from there, from the Marion County clerk's office, which they update, every once in a while. Do you get on the Flip with Rick site? Do you have probate letter templates?
Yep, they're free. Freewholesaling.com.
Oh, okay, it's under there. Okay,
yep. Yeah, I think you can download it there, or you can maybe write it in there. But yeah, it's great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was one of the, like I watch you and your dad's videos and stuff like that. And
yeah, Jim, I actually know a lot of cash buyers in that area because I went to UF and I graduated there, and I was only there for 2 semesters, and I just did it rest virtually at that school because I was wholesaling. But I have a lot of UF students that send me deals, and I have a bunch of buyers that just send them through. I don't get paid. I just send them through. There's a lot of great areas there. That whole Marion County, Alachua County area, they're great.
Well, that's good to know, because then if I'm able to, find something, I'll reach out to you and, see if I can get a, either JV with you or whatever. I'm just trying to, just get started really. So, that's, that's why I was thinking with the people in those areas and boots on the ground and stuff like that, it might be a little bit
Yeah,
easier.
I think that'd be a good idea. I think that's gonna be a good one. I'd probably do that area then. I think it'd be best for you.
I also met on somebody on Instagram that was a realtor out in Ohio, and I kind of spoken to them all. So that's another area I was thinking about looking at too, just because
We're in Ohio.
I think it was the Columbus area.
Yeah, I mean you could do that. Columbus. I think Marion County would be better for wholesaling.
Marion's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just Columbus is
All
a
right,
little saturated.
Yeah.
What do you think? I do very well there, and they are, but I think Marion County would be a little easier for you.
Oh, okay. All right, that would be perfect then, because like I said, if I have some people that could just run out and check out a property or something like that. And what do you think in that area? What do you think would be the best plan of attack? Like, probates.
I think government lists are going to be good. Probates are going to be great, right? I think those two would probably be your best bets.
One other question I wanted to ask you too was the deal machine. Is that the one that has the virtual driving for dollars?
Yeah, I can do that on that. I think they all have them there, but Deal Machine's got the best one.
That's the best one. Okay. Would you recommend that, or just stick with the kind of traditional routes for now?
You can do that. Maybe you pay somebody to do it for you that you know down here.
Yeah.
10, 15 bucks an hour drive for dollars for you. Maybe find some people that are beginners and maybe you agree to split the deal with them if they drive for dollars and you call the list, right?
Yeah.
Anything like that, right? That's a good one too. The other reason why I'm liking Marion County for you is because that's Florida, and nobody bats an eye if you're from New York and you live in Florida. Like, it's just same thing, pretty much, right? So like, no one's gonna be like, "Wait, are you from here?" No, if you have a New York accent in Florida, it's just normal, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I think it'd be even easier for you.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate what you and your dad do. I almost got sucked into a couple of gurus, and thank God I didn't fall for it.
Of course,
you guys are amazing, man. Really,
I appreciate it, man. I'll tell you straight up, if I had a New York accent, I could probably close 15% more deals when I was a beginner, because all my sellers were from New York. I'm telling you, when I was doing acquisitions, I had to look up the Mets scores and then the Giants scores, because like half of the older sellers I had all were big Mets fans, and they're all from like Brooklyn or like somewhere in New York City, and just kind of funny. But yeah, dude, it's an advantage. So awesome. I'd go after that area. Let me know if you need help with anything. Always here to help.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely reach out to you in the future. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one, Jim.
Right, have a good one, man.
Boom. Love it. Love the people going out here, making a change in their life, getting to wholesaling, and not paying these gurus any money. Hello.
Hey, Zach.
How are you? Is it Miri?
It's Miri or Miriam. Yeah, Miri for sure.
Oh, okay. How are you doing today?
Oh, well, I'm doing great. It even got better when I got on your live, though. Okay,
awesome.
So thank you so much for all the great training. I want to implement those strategies. So I'm a new wholesaler. I've started in September, and I literally just took my, basic knowledge and started going door to door. So I'm filling my pipeline now with follow-ups. So a lot of people, I'm doing the pre-foreclosures. So a lot of the homes I'm going, I'm having better thing where they're actually opening their doors. And so far I didn't run into anyone that's not kind. They're just like, hey, we're working it through. And I'm watching their status change from like their auction date is usually being put out further. So I'm just keeping them in my funnel of following up. So I've gotten on with a couple different people. And I guess what I ran into is they're saying that the basic mistake a lot of us new wholesalers make is in our figures. So I want to really just conquer that at the beginning. So I had a certain formula I kind of learned by, but I don't know with this market if it's a good formula, if most of the end buyers are looking for creative deals, or how I know if I'm coming up with the right numbers.
Okay.
So I run it through, I go to all the houses I'm going out to, I run them through a specific formula here. Granted, I didn't see inside the house. I'm looking at Zillow and getting old pictures just to give me an idea what I think the repairs would be until I can actually go into their home. And so I've been trying to find the 70% deals, but I'm kind of thinking in this market, will I have to find better deals than that?
What are you talking about 70% deals on the for sale
So-
by owners?
Yeah, the 70% ARV of pre-foreclosures.
Not for, so that's just for Zillow.
Okay, let me take that down.
Yeah.
So what do you do on the pre-foreclosure? Is that a whole different ball game?
So what area are you in?
I'm in Colorado, so I'm down around so I'm driving a distance to go down around Denver and all the surrounding areas of Denver.
What do you mean driving down to Denver or driving
Oh,
away from
actually,
Denver?
yeah, I'm driving down to Denver. I'm in northern Colorado.
What,
I
like,
go
what,
door to door.
what county are you in?
What was that?
What county are you in?
Oh, so I'm in Laramie County or Weld County. I'm in Weld County.
Weld County,
Weld County, yes.
Colorado. All right. How far are you from Fort Collins?
I'm next door to Fort Collins.
So why are you wholesaling Fort Collins?
Well, actually, I just didn't get there yet. I started a little thing that since September, I went around Windsor, I went to Greeley, and for some reason, I pulled up all the Denver zip codes and began to work in Denver. So I haven't even hit Fort Collins.
Fort Collins is going to be so much better than Denver.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'll add that. That's actually right here at my back door. So the pre-foreclosures, I'm trying to make sure they're not upside down. I'm trying to make sure when I go out that we can literally create a win. I want to create a win for the seller and create a win for myself. So I want to put cash in their pocket. So immediately when I tell them that in 2011, I just say, hey, I know this sucks what you're going through because in 2011, I walked through it and no one put cash in my pocket. I'd like to talk, and I talk about buying their home, putting cash in their pocket, and keeping foreclosure off their record. So it's important to me that I create a win for them, but I also need a win for myself. And I also need to have numbers good enough that an end buyer won't, be interested in the assigned contract.
I don't think that's a good approach.
Okay. So what do you think I should do?
So I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
That's outside of real estate. All right. So if I go out here and I'm trying to sell, let's say I'm trying to sell like a weight loss package, like an exercise person. Do I go up to people and say, hey, you're overweight, you need to do a weight loss program? I can help you. That doesn't sound good. That's terrible, right? Like,
right.
You're just bringing up a problem that person has. If I go, hey, I am actually an exercise, whatever person, and I help people lose weight, would that be something you're interested in? Probably sounds a little better, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with pre-foreclosures,
Okay.
So I'll use probates, right? Mm-hmm. I don't go, hey, I saw your aunt died. Can I buy your house? Sounds terrible, right? Mm-hmm. If I say, hey, I'm looking to buy some houses in there, are you looking to sell it? It gives people an out if they're not comfortable, right?
Okay.
And knowing, sellers that go through pre-foreclosures is very private. It's embarrassing for a lot of people.
Right.
And unfortunately, you probably know this just with people in general, but sometimes people, they legit just don't want to be helped. Even they have an issue, they don't want to be helped. Even though you have the solution, they don't want the help. Okay. And so in pre-foreclosures, if I'm door knocking, hey, me and my partner are looking to buy some houses for cash. Are you looking to sell your house? I'm just looking around the area. That's why I came here. Oh. I have found a lot more people, a lot more receptive with that. Some people get very offended that you ask that they're in a pre-foreclosure. Okay. It's a very sensitive thing to say. So I avoid that.
Okay.
And the chance of me getting a deal actually increases from doing that versus bringing up the pre-foreclosure.
Wow. Okay. I very much appreciate that. So, because I didn't know if the first door I went to, if it's going to be slammed in my face, and all I heard was, "Oh, we're good. We're getting it worked out." And immediately when I said my story in 2011, all the guards just fell off, and we literally sat there and visited and talked about that. I thought it was a power thing, but I definitely would take the advice of you because you're way more.
You can, but you can do that maybe when they want to sell and they reveal that to you, right?
The road. Okay, perfect.
Because if you're giving that story out and they don't want to sell it, you're just wasting your time.
And I feel like they're living in denial, like it's even happening.
That's how humans are.
Right. That's how
we're too proud. And
so I appreciate that.
They're going to be in denial. I've had sellers where they've literally on the auction day, they finally call me and say, okay, I'm ready to sell. we can't do that. Okay. So I've had people call me a week before. Unfortunately, most pre-foreclosures will call you a week or 2 weeks before the auction happens.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
It
helpful to
sucks,
know.
but there's nothing you can really do.
So pre-foreclosures, do you also run them through that? Like, what's the encouraged formula to also put cash in their pocket, but also to be able to sell it in the end? I mean, it seems like end buyers are, I don't know if this is true, but I'm kind of hearing that they're becoming a little squirmish within market, but I don't know because I don't know if I'm hearing it from right voices and sources.
I mean, they're not squirmish, but they want better deals because the market demands that, right?
So what
Makes
should my
sense.
lowest offer be? Would it be like, would I go lower than the 70%?
No, I would go to freewholesaling.com and break it all down.
Okay.
So it's a pretty easy formula. Where you're at in Fort Collins, most of your properties are going to be around 83 to 85% of the ARV minus repairs. Just because Fort Collins is a little higher.
Okay.
The average house is like 550.
Right.
You're probably dealing with houses that are worth maybe 400, hopefully.
Mhm.
You're probably going to be roughly 83% of ARV minus repairs is going to be your max allowable.
So is that my offer or is that my assigned thing where I'm selling it at 80?
That's the most you should offer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And so, and then another thing is I still, I'm not experienced with calculating the repairs. Is that something I should really find out from my local fix and flippers? Like, how do I find out what they're averaging these repairs to be? So like, for example, if I get like a 2,000 square foot house that looks like it just needs some basic, makeup, or maybe it's actually a really good fix and flipper, as a wholesaler is best for me to calculate the repairs?
Let me ask you a question.
What was that?
Are you an expert in construction?
No.
And repairs?
No.
No, right? I'm not an expert either. So if I have a problem with my truck and it's like some very complicated thing outside of like oil changes or something sort of simple, right? I'm not an expert on a gas valve malfunction on the air filter. I don't. But guess what? Hey, I don't know that, but my mechanic does. Let me ask him, right? So if somebody asks you a very specific question about like a sheetrock repair on a spigot on the outside, like something confusing, hey, I might not know that specifically, but I have handyman and repair people that do. Let me go ask them. Or I'll ask my partner. I don't know that, but I'll go ask them, right? Like, you don't have to be the expert. Now, when it comes to repair costs, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I should let you go.
No, go ahead. What question you got?
Okay, so I'm expecting to run into this anytime now. So when I go to their door, if they let me come in for the moment, which so far they haven't, they're all working it out. So I imagine they'll set me, appointment at some point to come and say, hey, I'm ready to talk. But if I'm like at that door and it really does happen, because I've heard it happen to wholesalers, and they're like, yeah, sure. And I can go in and get the pictures so I can go run the comps and see what their property value's worth. And I got to minus those repairs on the spur of the moment.
You're probably not going to. If that happens, you're just going to have to lowball them. Think of an offer that's low and then just do it.
Oh, okay. So just kind of
them.
go low and then we'll come back with that contractor or whatever.
If you're door knocking, just if they're looking to sell, get their information and then get back home because you got to look up more about the house.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's good. That was the thing because I thought I kind of had to be ready on the spur of the moment.
Well, let me show you this.
Okay.
This is freewholesaling.com. You should go there. How to calculate repair costs. This is a really simple sheet. Don't complicate it. Really don't complicate it. But this is a very simple sheet.
Okay.
On repair costs. It's in freewholesaling.com. I just don't complicate it.
Okay, I'll go. I did see that flying around somewhere, so I will go look that up. I might actually went to that your site. And then, okay, last but not least, so you say sometimes you take deals. How do people like me contact people like you? Because I know you can't take every deal that's for real, not a deal. Is there a form we present or?
How about you get a deal and then we can talk. All right. Let's focus on getting that deal.
Okay. All right.
So I shout out to you because you've only been wholesaling for 2 months and you have a lot more knowledge than me starting out because you have a lot more accessibility knowledge, which is great.
Right.
What you got to understand is you're not going to be an expert and you should not complicate this. Okay. Just make it really simple, right? Okay. Hey, me and my partner looking to buy some properties for cash. Are you looking to sell your house? Don't complicate it. I personally probably would not be walking in a stranger's house without doing some research. That's just me. I don't know how you are, but I would do that. I would probably also, door knocking gets a little weird. I would probably cold call some government lists if you want to. Dry for dollars. Do reverse drawing for dollars, right?
Okay.
That might be a little easier for you.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Let me get my kids
Yeah,
quiet.
go ahead. Guys,
I'm sorry about that. It's getting
yeah,
noisy.
you're good.
Okay.
Just put sticky notes on these houses if there's no one there either, and then
I'm
have them
actually
call
gonna do
you.
that too after today's training. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that too.
So, like for example, you don't have to door knock and go through the whole story. Hey, who do you call? Is this Miri? What's going on? Hey, this is Miri. Hey, me and my partner were just in the area and we saw this house. Seems like something we'd want to buy. We're looking to buy some houses for cash. Are you looking to sell the house? No. Or they say, possibly. Well, tell me about the house. You don't even get into it until you ask them at the end, why are you looking to sell it? Oh, we just want to move. A lot of them are going to lie. It's okay. They're not comfortable with it. That's okay. You already know why, right?
Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, super. All right, I think I'm good. I'll make room for someone else. Thank you so much. You'll hear from me again, I'm pretty sure.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Let me know if you need help with anything else.
Okay, I appreciate all the value you're giving us.
Of course. Have a great one.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Guys, I love it when you guys out here, and if you're a brand new wholesaler and you have some questions, right? Now tell everyone you should probably go through freewholesaling.com if you have any beginner's questions. But heck, what's faster than just going on and talking to the person that made the course, right? Like it's kind of like a, Disney, they got those fast passes. It's like a fast pass, just hop on, talk to me. I'll help you out. But just make sure you guys go through the course just to make it a little easier for everyone on here. But let's see who got Matt.
Hey, Zach, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm good. What's up? How can I help you out?
All right. So I live on Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Nice.
So I know I'm not going to be able to do any wholesaling deals here. So right now I'm virtual in San Antonio, and I stopped using PropStream because everybody that I was calling was, tired of hearing from people like me. So I started actually using the government websites and stuff. And I tried to stop skip tracing with PropStream, and I ran into a little issue with True People Search, which is that I'm no longer allowed to use True People Search. They banned my IP because I do so many searches. So I was wondering if you had any other alternative skip tracing websites or anything like that, because I can't really afford
skip
to.
trace, dude.
Huh?
How many do you skip trace?
How what?
Are we in like the six figures of skip traces you did this month? Like how many skip traces are we talking here?
No, not even. Like I've done like 1,500 in
Yeah,
the
you're the
past.
first person I've ever heard of that. Well,
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick tip.
Okay.
Just use a VPN like WinScribe or WinRunner. I don't know. Like they're free VPNs. You just get a new IP address.
Okay.
Oh, good to go.
Cool. And also, so obviously I'm virtual. I was wondering if I can't find how to get like water shut off lists or anything like that. I was wondering just if you have any tips in general to increase my list quality. I have gone through the course and I've taken most of your tips, but I was just wondering if you had anything special.
On what? How to get water shut off?
Yeah, water shut off, stuff like that for free because I can't really pay for it.
What? So are they trying to charge you?
Yeah, like PropStream, I can't pay for it. And when I went onto the utilities department, they said to, call the San Antonio Utilities Department website. So I called, and the only way that I could talk to someone was if I had some account with them or something like that. So I didn't really know how to access it without an account.
You should email the people.
Email them?
Yeah, don't give up, right? Just keep trying at a different angle.
Ah,
Email
Right.
them. You look up the utility liens, which are probably public record. Call and see how you get that too. That's another good one you can do, right? There's a
Yeah.
million ways to go around it.
all right, cool.
Do a FOIA act, right? There's a million of them out there. So I would use WinScribe. It's called
Okay.
WinScribe. That's what I thought it was. You get I think you get 10 gigabytes for free.
Oh,
all over
really?
the
It's
world.
free?
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Okay, cool. From there, that should fix my problem. Thanks.
Yeah. Quick tip. Do you have Netflix?
Yeah, I do.
If you put your VPN on like UK and you go to Netflix, it'll give you all the other shows.
Oh,
It's
really?
really cool. Oh yeah. I love
That's
VPNs.
sick.
Awesome,
All right.
man. Just don't go on
Thanks.
banks and stuff when you got it. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need help with anything else.
All right. Thanks. Peace.
Boom. Yeah, I watched in college Big Bang Theory on Netflix because I had the VPN, which is kind of cool. But yeah, some Marvel movies had them too. But all over the country. I love the VPN. So yeah, let's get some any other questions we got today, guys. Remember, freewholesaling.com is everything you need to know about wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. And I love to help the people out. But guys, it is 100% possible to get your first deal in under 2 hours. It's going to take hard work and dedication. But if you're willing to do that, you'll get it. Molly says, try fast people search. Fast people search is decent, 15 cents a skip. Okay, what's 15 cents a skip? Hey, Zach, I have a fire damage property where the title company said the price is too low. Can you tell me what to do? I've never heard of a title company telling me the price is too low unless you actually ask them. See if they have comps. It's a weird one. Let's see here. Stefan says, how do I get on the live to ask a question? You got to be part of the Wholesaling House for a Facebook group. And if you can't find it on Facebook, you've probably been blocked because you try to sell coaching. So those are only two ways. Or you bully someone. I block people. I have to block people every week for bullying, which is like ridiculous. But some of y'all can't even handle the group. Just funny. But yeah, it's like 5 people a week, and the scammers get out of there pretty quick. Oh, he's got one person trying to be a guru on these things. It's so funny. All right. Let's see. Jordan's Journey says, if the property owner is deceased, who do I get in contact with and how? I would probably look up the probate on the public record, look up the deceased person on public record. So if I'm actually out here, let's say, do Dayton, Ohio, I'd go to the Montgomery County, Ohio public records and then search that person that passed away, and it'll show the PR and the heirs on there. And that's probably gonna be the best way to do it. Also, you can search up the deceased person on like truepeoplesearch.com. And then once you go to truepeoplesearch.com, there should be a relatives tab there. Find the relatives and then go from there. Let's see here. Let's see. So Ducky, we kind of talked about this before in the beginning of the video, but if you're watching the live and you're looking to do deals, you're going to tell where to attack them. Listed over 100 days, below the median home price. That's going to be the area we'd be going after. Let's see here. Are buyers looking primarily for creative deals in this market and or 7% ARV then assigning it for 80? Still a good formula. Don't use that formula. Go to freewholesaling.com. But buyers are still looking to buy creative deals. They're looking to buy regular deals too. Let's see here. So Shri says, if I cold call 200 people on the Zillow list every day, would I get more than one deal a day, or can I do cold calling as my only outreach? You can do cold calling as your only outreach. Don't act like I did 200 calls and I deserve to get a deal. Remember, guys, it's about how much you call, right? It's about how much you call, but it's also more importantly about how well you call. If you're doing really bad scripts, using guru scripts, guru closing tactics, you probably don't deserve to get a deal in 2 hours. But if you know who to call the right way and how to call them the right way, your chance of getting a deal is going to skyrocket, and that's actually going to be the best thing for you. So overall, looking at everything here, maybe 200 is going to be a deal, maybe it's not. It depends on the quality of list you're doing. If you're doing the Zillow list, you're doing the right one and the right skip tracing, it should be enough, 200 contacts a day. But hey, it depends if you're doing it the right way or not. So go to freewholesaling.com and learn how to do it the right way. That's honestly what I think. Let's see here. How do you feel about, I like Jacksonville market if you're in person. Virtual is a little tougher, but you can still make it work. Stefan says, I'm not banned. You're not banned. You probably just got to, you're waiting on the pending. But yeah. So I'm just looking here. Should I do FSBOs with distressed properties, low population areas? If the county doesn't have a population of over 100,000, I would probably avoid it. Alexis, what's up? So ready to make this happen. Let's go. Trying to get the hype level like Zach's intro. I'm telling you, if you can actually go out here and talk to motivated sellers, you can actually go out here and do it well, right? I said your name, and then the little thing on the other end of the studio went off. So got to turn that thing off. But yeah, it worked out really well. You have to make offers to motivated sellers, and you have to just constantly market. To get consistent results, you have to do consistent action. And consistent action comes from talking to motivated sellers, going out here and pulling the list, doing the drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, anything it takes to actually start getting deals. That's going to give you the best chance. Can you check me for the math on this deal? They said they don't do transactions under 50,000. Seller wants 4.5. Go to another title company. Behold says, is wholesaling contract to use available for free online? Yep. It's right here below at freewholesaling.com. Absolutely for free. All right, let's see what else we got here. So, Gene's got a big problem here. And let me explain this problem to Gene. So Gene's sending offers out, I think virtually, right? And he is not getting these contracts back signed. So what I can tell you is this is actually wholesaling, virtual wholesaling 101. And this is very, very, very important. Okay. This is always a funny one, but when you give offers to sellers virtually, you have to stay on. Hey, Mr. Seller, what I'm going to do is, since we agreed on this price of 100,000, I'm going to stay on the phone and send you over the offer. You stay on the phone until they sign it. If you just blankly send out a contract, the chance of them signing it is going to be 50-50. And that's why you're not getting them back. You have to stay on the phone with them because they're going to feel less pressure to sign it right now. They'll just do it tomorrow. I don't feel like signing it. Well, maybe I just wait. And then they change their mind. They don't want to sell it, right? Stay on the phone. That's going to help you actually get the deal locked up. And you can hop on, Gene, and talk to me one-on-one if you got some other problems you need help with. Vernon, what's up, Vernon? I have been building my buyers list on Facebook while listening to you, Zach. No more playing around for 2023. No more playing around. Vernon is 100% serious. He's ready to go. He ain't playing any games, and he is ready to actually go out here and make a change for himself for 2023, and I love it. Love to see it. Yeah, Gene, if you got questions, I'd love to help you out. I go over scripts with you, everything. Like, I know, Guru, I would just want to help you become the best wholesaler you can possibly be. And hey, just helps you out. That's the point here. I'm in Cali, so I'm new to the market. Having trouble figuring out ARV. Next house is 30. House block 60. I would probably still use comps, but maybe use cash flow comps and maybe ask your cash buyer what they're ready to buy the house for, right? That's probably what I'd say. And then if you're in Nigeria and you're having a problem with Google Voice, I would use a VPN. Windscribe is free. That's probably what I would do. But guys, also, I'll talk to Clinton really quick. I'm in attorney state. Should I consult an attorney on the contracts before sending out? Yes. Consult the attorneys first. So guys, If you want to learn wholesaling real estate for free, you guys heard me say it a million times today. Just go to freewholesaling.com. You can 100% get a deal in under 2 hours if you do exactly what I said and do the methods I say. If you got any questions, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, comment them below, and really go replay this and see exactly how you can get your first deal or your second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th deal in 2 hours. It's going to take hard work. It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but if you want it bad enough, you will get it. So guys, I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock and 1 o'clock Eastern, and see you guys tomorrow. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blast.